Hi everyone, I'm Celeste and I am one part of the duo of the Food and Drink Chronicles. Today I am going to be baking some desserts for a Galentine's Day party that I'm having later on. So come join me as I make these desserts for my party. Alright guys, today we are going to attempt to make strawberry tres leches cake. I've done tres leches cake before but never strawberry, so we'll see how that turns out. Of course we're gonna need milk, the cake mix, and eggs in order to do the mix, and oil as well. The box recommends to use water instead of milk, but in order to make it a little bit richer, I'm going to substitute it. We're going to start by cracking the eggs, and I like to do it separately just in case the eggs are not good. They don't mess up the whole cake mix. Now let's measure the oil. We're going to put half a cup of oil. I'm using avocado oil, just because it's a little bit healthier. And now we're gonna measure the milk, which is 1 cup of milk. Again, I'm substituting the milk for the water that the box recipe calls for. Now I'm just gonna pour all the ingredients with the cake mix. I'm gonna start with the milk, then the oil, and the 4 eggs, and we're gonna whisk it. I am going to lightly grease a 13 by 9 pan just to make sure that my cake doesn't stick. With a paper towel, I'm just gonna spread the oil and remove all the excess. And I'm just using avocado oil because it has a higher smoke point, and it's healthier than using vegetable oil. Okay, I am going to put my cake batter into this 13 by 9 pan that I lightly greased. Look at how good that looks. I don't think I'd ever made a strawberry cake. Now that it's all mixed, let's put it in the oven. Into the oven it goes for 50 minutes at 350 degrees. Now that the cake is out of the oven, we're going to start with the tres leches syrup. And we are going to need a cup of half and half, a can of condensed milk, a can of evaporated milk, and about 2 tablespoons of the Nesquik strawberry, just to give it that color and taste of strawberries. All right, let's mix them up. Here is the half and half can of evaporated milk and the can of sweetened condensed milk. And last but not least, 2 tablespoons of the Nesquik strawberry. Now we whisk. Gotta make sure everything is combined so that whenever we pour it into our cake, it absorbs evenly. I'm gonna poke holes into the cake just to make sure that the mix gets absorbed. There goes the mix. Looks pretty liquidy, but it's all gonna get absorbed into the cake. So as you can see, the cake has absorbed most of the tres leches syrup. I'll be covering it with saran wrap, putting it in the refrigerator until tomorrow. and then we will decorate it.
How do you make Jello shots?
Alright guys, so now we are going to be working on some Mexican Jello shots. We are gonna need some chamoy, gran malo spicy tamarindo tequila, some tajin, some strawberry jello, and I'm gonna put an extra packet of unflavored gelatin to make sure that the Jello shots actually stay like Jello shots. I also have these cute containers that I'm gonna be pouring the Jello into, but I don't know if I got enough, so I also got just a regular like 2-ounce containers to put any extra Jello. So I'm gonna be putting 2 cups of hot water, 1 cup of the chamoy, and 2 cups of the tequila. So usually it only calls for 4 cups of water to make the Jello, and since I'm putting an extra cup, that's why I'm adding the extra packet of the unflavored gelatin to make sure that the Jello actually forms and it doesn't stay liquid. Alright, so I'm gonna put all the ingredients in, starting with the strawberry Jello. By the way, I'm using the family size Jello, along with just 1 small packet of the unflavored gelatin. You might not need it, but better safe than sorry. It's my theory. 1 cup of tequila. And 1 cup of the tamarind, or the chamoy. By the way, you can also make this with the Smirnoff spicy tamarind vodka. I'm sure it would taste really good, but personally I prefer the tequila than the spicy vodka. Let's give it a whisk. Whisk it until there is no more gelatin clumps. And now we pour into the molds. One thing that I've forgotten was the tajin. So I'm gonna put a little bit on the bottom of the ones I haven't done, and then I'm just gonna add some to the top of the ones that I have already done. It's gonna add just a little more spice, a little kick to the Jello shot. The end result, I was able to do 18 of the heart-shaped Jello shots and 13 of the 2-ounce little cups, which is pretty good. I spilled some as I was trying to fill the heart just because they wouldn't stand leveled by themselves, but overall they came out pretty good. Now I'm gonna be making some chocolate covered strawberries. So I have my strawberries here. I have washed them and put a cleaning solution on them to make sure that they are very clean, and I have pat them dry. And now I am going to melt my chocolate using a double boiler. At this point, you just gotta trust the process and the chocolate is actually gonna melt. So it's the next day. All the milk has soaked into the strawberry cake, and we're gonna start with the decorating. We're gonna make a whipped cream. You are going to need heavy whipped cream, 1 cup of it, a 1/4 cup of confectioner's sugar or powdered sugar, and 1 tablespoon of vanilla, and a few drops of food coloring because I'm gonna keep it with the pink theme. Alright, so here's a cup of heavy whipping cream, the 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, and the teaspoon of vanilla. And then I'm just gonna add like 2 drops of this pink food coloring. And then if I need more, I'll add more. So I decided to make just a plain white whipped cream to cover the top of the cake, and then I'm going to use the pink one for decoration.
Alright kids, you got Jello Shots, compliments of Celeste, so thank you Mongrel for the Jello Shot song and letting me use this song. I'm gonna try Jello Shot right now. How do you take Jello Shots? Oh yeah, you have to scoop it out with your hands.
No, you can scoop it out with your hands.
Huh?
It's easier to tongue and scoop it out, but
Oh my bad.
whatever.
Wow.
The next thing that I'm going to be working on is on a candy charcuterie board, and I got all of these at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be incorporating them into this board. So it's just a board, I believe it's from Michael's. The wood board and the plastic board is from the Dollar Tree, so it really didn't cost a lot to get these done. And I'm gonna leave some space on the board because I'm gonna be putting the chocolate covered strawberries that I made yesterday. I'll show you guys what the end product looks like once I'm ready to present everything.
Alright, so right now I'm going to make a Paloma, and I'm actually going to use a much taller glass. I got some grapefruit juice here, which I just squeezed and strained, and I got some lime juice as well, which I also strained. Let's get into making it. Alright, so I do have some molded heart-shaped cubes. Oh, drop one. Yep, they're in the shape of hearts, which is pretty cute. And they fill up the glass quite nice. I only need 3 cubes. And I do have some Espolón tequila. Alright, so with the tequila, actually before that, I already got my 1 ounces of grapefruit juice. I'm going to add that to my shaker. And I'm going to add, actually, you know what? I need the agave as well. So I got agave. I'm only going to do 1/2 ounce. Typically like doing the syrup first because syrup doesn't really go through all the way whenever you first pour it. It may stick a little bit to your little jigger here. So if you add more liquid to it, it'll dissolve and it'll definitely take in all that sugar. So now I'm going to add my 3/4 ounces of lime juice. Alright, and now just 2 ounces of Espolón tequila. And I'm going to give that a little shake right now. Now we're going to take a glitter bomb. I'm going to put this in there and see what it does. It should dissolve, so it's just cotton candy and glitter. Edible glitter, not unedible glitter. Give that a mix, see what it does. It's dissolving. It's just taking a little bit. That's a fail. Ow. Alright, I'm gonna add my soda to this because it does call for a little bit of soda, a little bit of bubbly. So I went with, here everything's better, sparkling water. You can go with Topo Chico, you can go with club soda, Beaver Tree, whatever you like. Let's see if that dissolves anyone. Look at all that glitter. That is like really, really sparkly. So it tastes like a Paloma with a little bit of a Skittle flavor to it. So the cotton candy that we use is Skittle flavor, and the glitter shouldn't taste like anything, but it is dissolving slowly. So I think if you're actually gonna serve this up, just probably make your cotton candy glitter a little bit earlier, because it will start to solidify and it'll look like this. Earlier did not look like that. Learning process.
Thank you for spending your time with me. Let me know if you try any of the recipes. The Jello shots were a big hit among my friends. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.